What's up, my comic comrades? Today we're talking about DC's, and one of the first titles to drop is Infinite Frontier Issue 0, which is a 64-page giant book that sets up this new era for DC. So we get teases of what's going to be happening in the Batman book, the Wonder Woman book, Flash, Green Lantern, and so on and so forth. Itself, great Hera. It's also beautiful. I don't understand. You are adjusting to a new grander perspective, Wonder Woman. You look upon the birth of a new multiverse, full of life, expanding without limit. That is the beginning of everything that will be. She then asks, who? Spectre and the rest of the quintessence talking to her. She then tells them, I don't understand why I'm here. I was told that I was chosen to ascend. Instead, I saw the future. Then tells her possible futures that may or may not come to pass. It falls on humanity to decide now. Which Spectre goes on to say, the hands of the source have judged you the pinnacle of human potential, and they have elevated you to a higher plane of existence. And now your peers, the quintessence, the highest order of beings in our multiverse, we have watched over your reality and ask you to join their number. This multiverse is new and uncharted. You are being asked to assist these great beings to chronicle the new order of things. You earn this, Wonder Woman. Quintessence then tells her, we know nothing of any cost. We do not offer this role lightly, Diana of the Amazons. Replies, I'm flattered, but this all sounds a little too good to be true for my taste. I was warned of a great cost for restarting the multiverse, of a lurking threat that I needed to protect the multiverse. Fine and dandy, but I'm not leaving my family and friends without knowing they're safe and that the changes to the multiverse have not touched them. They try to reassure her again, saying they sense no great cost. But if she needs proof, Spectre can provide that for her, taking her to her friends and family to show her what they're currently doing. With Spectre essentially acting as the ghost of Christmas present, and Wonder Woman being shown everything like Scrooge, as they watch unbeknownst to her friends. And their first stop is checking in on Clark Kent Superman, who is arriving on the scene of a battle where a villain has just been defeated. He asked the people in the city what happened there, and they reply, it was one of your people, the one they call Shazadam. I will be calling him Shazadam out right here. Anyway, after the people tell Superman that Shazadam did this, he says, Shazam? Shazam was he? No, while showing him video and pictures of Shazadam. He's the one protecting us all. An old lady then tells Superman, he's like you, strong, quiet, and he helps us, then he leaves. A boy then says, yeah, like all the time. At this point, Flash shows up saying to Superman, this wasn't you? He replies, no, this was Black Adam. What? A supervillain team up gone wrong? Says maybe this is what he wants to be now. Flash replies, you think that about everyone. I hope that about everyone. Wonder Woman, who remember is secretly watching what the Spectre says, leave it to Kal-El to see potential for good in his enemies. With Spectre saying an ability that Batman does not share. As we're taken to Gotham City and inside of Arkham Asylum upon a fellow guard who has been Jokerized. So has Bane. This is Mahoney in the East Wing. Code Green. We are under a Joker toxin attack. Bane is dead. I repeat. Bane is. The comic takes us to the Birds of Prey, where we learn the new status quo for the team. We find out that even though Barbara Gordon has been able to walk for some time now due to her spinal cord implant, she is now Oracle, once again fully Oracle. Barbara literally tells Huntress, I haven't hung up the costume for good, but I'll be a little more judicious about when I use it. Go a little easier on my spinal implant. Then, it's not like the city's gonna be waiting for a Batgirl with Steph and Cass on the job. I haven't mentioned them yet, but we also learned that since Barbara is mainly gonna be Oracle now, Gotham has two new Batgirls, Cassandra Cain Batgirl and Stephanie Brown, aka Spoiler. Barbara even says to them, Batgirls, on my signal. Huntress asks her, what's the code green? She says, no, that's not possible. It makes no sense. Not so soon after his last attack. We're then taken to Jace and Lucius Fox, who are playing chess. Lucius tells Jace that they have a responsibility now with all their new is interrupted by Grifter saying, okay, good, you're not dead. We should get both of you in the panic room. Pretty much right now. Lucius asks Grifter, what's going on? There's a code green at Arkham, Lucius. They're saying it's a Joker attack. We then see Renee Montoya talking to Gotham's mayor on how to handle this Joker attack and saying, stay on the line, I'm on the way. Spectre then brings Wonder Woman to Themyscira, where we see Diana's mother mourning her death and the Amazons fighting on who should take Diana's place as the new Wonder Woman. But ultimately, Hippolyta tells several Amazons in order to be Wonder Woman, you have to pass a test. A test that Nubia passes, but to her surprise, it's not to become Wonder Woman, but rather the Queen of Themyscira. You see, Hippolyta is going to leave and go into Man's world to see what happened to her daughter, as well as find out what's going on that show us Yara Flora heading back to Brazil against her aunt's wishes, while two mysterious women are hiding from her saying, yeah, that's her. We have located the target. That is the Yara they spoke of. Spectre tells her she represents the future, but follow me, the truth of the past restored. We are then taken to Battery Park, New York, in the headquarters of the JSA, talking about her father, the original Green Lantern Alan Scott, and how awesome of a team the JSA was. Alan Scott comes out as gay to his twin children, Jade and Obsidian. Earth 2 Alan Scott come out as well. The comic then brings us to a bunch of kids on a ferry making their way to the newly formed Teen Titans Academy. As we see several students walk up to Titans Academy, or Titans Tower, is a mysterious kid pull the red X mask out of a backpack. The Spectre brings Wonder Woman to Metropolis, a Metropolis with Jonathan Kent, now older and taking his father's mantle as Superman. And while Jonathan Kent is saving the city and defending people from the alien, the Spectre says, Jonathan Kent is not Superman and must never be. Now, but hear me, this one bears watching, Diana. He is still one lost, and Earth will pay the price for that one. Woman, that something in him is not right. That in his future he sees the making of a tyrant, but as they watch, they see that that John Kent showed compassion and risked his own life for his enemy's sake, to which Wonder Woman says, "What truer test of a Superman than that?" Spectre tells her, "Then so be it. Superman then, for nothing." From here, Spectre takes Wonder Woman to Black Canary and Green Arrow, while it looks like they're having quite the time under a blanket, talking about lost memories and how bits and pieces are coming back to them. And as they're talking, Oliver's phone rings before the person on the other side quickly hangs up, as if he could trace the call, but he says, "It looks like it came from an old Q phone, so no." But there's a short list of people who would have one. She then gets on top of it, and oh, I love a good mystery. But maybe we should leave all that cosmic stuff to the Justice League for a while. Literally see him staring at his phone at an old gas station saying to himself, "Dick? Donna? Or Jason? Hey guys, it's Roy. Funny story, I'm totally back from the dead. No idea why. Wanna hang?" See, the person who called Oliver is none other than Roy freaking Harper. That's right, Red Arrow, or Arsenal, is back from the dead. Out. After saying this, he decides, yeah, not calling them, while throwing his phone and hat into a dumpster while walking away. We see Batman still making his way to Arkham Asylum to save Mahoney. There are characters in Gotham like Commissioner Gordon, Harley Quinn, Red Hood, Clown Hunter, Nightwing, Catwoman, Punchline, and more. Batman finally arrives at Arkham, but when he does, it blows up. And Mahoney is now missing an arm and a leg. Batman then tells the GCPD, "You could shoot me if you want, but I'm gonna save the 17 people that are still alive in there." After this, we see Simon Saint telling someone, "Well, doctor, in light of current events in Arkham, what's your final diagnosis of people in Gotham City? Do you think they're ready for what my magistrate has to offer them? Are they finally scared enough to change Scarecrow?" Saying, "No, Simon Saint, but they will be." Simon asks John, "This whole Teen Green Lantern thing, what's the deal there?" John says, "It's a mystery. Somebody out there gave a kid the equivalent of one of our rings." Us Green Lanterns John Stewart and Simon Baz taking new Teen Green Lantern Kellis to Oa. A kid Simon, the Guardians want to see her, but she shouldn't be on her own when they do. And the last place Spectre takes Wonder Woman is to Barry Allen. The big takeaway here is that Barry has been working with Justice Incarnate, observing the formation of the new multiverse. Barry even tells Wally, "Can you believe how much has changed since then? It's growing with new worlds, new multiverses. It's bigger than I ever dreamed. And now we have two mysteriously new sources of energy in the multiverse. Opposites. One of them is called Elseworld. They just give a name, which is Earth Omega, because this world isn't reading anything like they've ever seen in the multiverse." Barry then tells Wally, "My heart tells me it's time for a change, but one that feels right. I've been offered a place on the Justice Incarnate, to be Earth's representative, to explore this new multiverse, to map it. It's a dream come true, to be honest. Saying, you're the Flash now, Wally. When I was gone before, you filled my boots. You did me proud, son. I wouldn't go racing all over the multiverse if I didn't know in my heart that you were up for the task. And listen, if you need me, I could be there in a flash." Spectre says, "Are you satisfied?" Wonder Woman tells him, yes. After this, Wonder Woman continues to talk to Spectre while looking at all the timelines and stories coming to us in Infinite Frontier. The Quintessence then asks her, "Are you ready to join us?" She says, "My friends and family can breathe the journey ahead without me. I have faith they can take care of themselves." "Good, my dear Diana, once you stand with us, you will see." Hold on. You misunderstood me. I'm sorry, but I must decline your offer. What did you see that brought you to this judgment, Diana? That's just it, Spectre. You're telling me that anything is possible now. But then you want me to just stay here with you, just to watch. You showed me many brave individuals embracing the change ahead of them today, Spectre. It reminded me when Steve Trevor washed up on the shores of Themyscira. I could have sent him back to the world of man alone and stayed behind where I was safe with my sisters. Instead, I traveled with him to an unknown world. Leaving behind my home and all that I knew was the scariest thing I ever did. But it was the start of a new chapter in my life, greater than I could ever have dreamed. And now I find myself on a different shore, and it's time to set sail into the infinite frontier as she's flying into the future with DC's heroes behind her. But it's not over yet. I believe she will lead us into our next stage. As Wonder Woman said, our new multiverse is full of goodness. But there will always be horror brewing just out of reach. We should have told her that we already trapped the threat she worried about. If she would have just joined us, she would have seen that there's nothing we cannot control or defeat. Earth Omega, as the Flash called it, will be its prison, a place of endings, a place where even God die. While stabbing several of the Quintessence through the back of their head, Wonder Woman and her ilk believe this is a glorious new beginning, a new chapter, but it only brings them close to the finale. All stories lead to me, the last chapter. I stood by as beings like you made me lesser than I am meant to be. Now reconstituted from my lesser forms, all my past aspects have become one. My true form, my power exceeds what it was before the first crisis. It is time for lower beings of creation to remember who they fear in their darkest hours, in their deepest moments of despair. This new multiverse is now infinite, but I am finite. I am final. Bumps on the Spectre's head, saying Darkseid is the end. That, we want to thank Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's episode. Dope champions? Check. Tough bosses? Yup. Years of content and regular updates? Yes and yes. Raid Shadow Legends puts you right in the middle of the fantasy world of Teleria, where you face epic battles against noble kings and dark wizards. This update also unveiled the long-awaited Doom Tower. It's a giant tower with 120 floors and a ton of secret challenge rooms and 12 seriously brutal bosses to take on. Raid is also adding a bunch of holiday events and tournaments, along with 14 awesome new champions just in time for the holidays. Hey, Rain Beast, you missed us. Issue 6 picks up exactly where Issue 5 left off, with our heroes and villains ready to defend Earth, facing off against the Batman Who Laughs Dark Multiverse army. Lex, inside of his iconic battlesuit, staring as we see Superman's long, luxurious hair blowing in the wind while he's waiting for battle. God, I wish I still had my hair. Look at you, fiend. Says, everyone, get ready. The Batman Who Laughs Dark armies, they're amassed. Are they just standing there? They're trying to intimidate us. Show us their numbers. Then Batman says, fine, let's show them out. We get a massive panel showing us all of the remaining heroes and villains preparing to fight the dark armies of the Batman Who Laughs. Harley Quinn then tells Batman, you do see there's way more of them. So freaking what? We've got the powers, the heart, and we're way hotter. Clark, the one who laughs, didn't have much time to make these worlds before we destabilized the Earth and cut off his power to create. I was thinking the same thing. Many of those Earths could be empty. This might be his whole army. We leave everything on the field as he throws down the Batman Who Laughs old body and now corpse that he was carrying in a duffel bag. We then see Batman use the Black Lantern ring on it, saying, we use every trick on our belts and up our sleeves until there's nothing left. As Batman and the rest of Earth's heroes and villains charge the dark armies, joined by the old body of the Batman Who Laughs, which is now being controlled by the Black Lantern ring. Elsewhere at the passage to the Forge of Worlds, we see Wonder Woman and Lobo making their way to the Forge. Lex told Wonder Woman she has to go there with the death metal he gave her in that ring-sized bar. Hawkman's journal that contains the instructions to create the machine Lex designed that will help them. I don't get it. This place is made of dark matter, ain't it? So where are all the world's hopes and fears and fraggin' mushy size? I don't know. Maybe with the universe at war, there's little room for anything beyond the fight. Damn, in a way that's even spookier. Lobo then says, hold it. Did you hear something? Something attack him while he says, look out. The army of Lobos then start fighting whatever's in the dark. 5, he multiplied himself to give Wonder Woman a better fighting chance. Lobo then says, what the hell are these? It's him, the Batman Who Laughs, the fear of him taking form. He's the last terror in existence. That's pretty crazy that he's the last bit of evil in existence. Elsewhere in the multiverse, we see the Darkest Night and or the Batman Who Laughs fighting Perpetua. You're getting tired, my queen. I can sense it. As maybe so, but your strength is limited as well. Perhaps we could reach some sort of a deal. Sure, how about I kill you and take the last of your power? Sound good? As by blasting him with energy ingress. You'll pay for that, goddess. And don't you see? I'm the only thing protecting this multiverse from detection by my kind. I die, and the hands will come here, see what's been done, and they will end all of us. Promise? As he continues to fight her. Then back on Earth, we see Batman, Superman, and the rest of the heroes and villains continuing to fight the dark armies. Keep fighting, we can win this. Saying, he's right, we're making headway. Signal then says, we're thinning them out. Before Jay Garrick Flash says, wherever you are, Diana, Godspeed. Elsewhere, Wonder Woman and all the Lobos are trying to fight off the Batman Who Laughs. Out for that book, the journal, you need to get it to the Forge. Lex said you have to build a machine that's in that book. Connect to everyone so you could use it to beat the Batman Who Laughs. I'm not leaving, while cutting him free from one of the Batman Who Laughs shadow monster's grips with her chainsaw of truth. So the main man knew this was a one-way ride, Haas. Look, I've been a bounty hunter for a long time, and ain't no better bounty out there than defeating the Batman Who Laughs. Say, just get that book to where it needs to be. Make it better. No, you listen to me. The Darkest Night sneaks up behind her, taking the journal from her belt, while Lobo and her are pulled apart from one another. No, the journal, while arriving at the Forge of Worlds, as it would have made little difference. Darkseid saying, the Forge dims by the moment. The creations of the one who laughs have no real souls. They have no hopes, no fears. They think only of winning. In the moments your friends die, the fires will go out. He looks at the baby he's holding that's crying, saying, hush, Mobius, it's almost over. Soon it will be time for sleep. We are then taken back to the Darkest Night, who has finally defeated Perpetua, saying, it's done, my queen. Your powers are nearly gone. But just for fun, I've saved one last surprise for you. These fragments, do you recognize them? They're parts of the source wall, the structure you were imprisoned in for eons. No, all I wanted was to evolve your kind, to make you strong, as he encases and traps her inside of fragments from the source wall, defeating her. The Darkest Night then says to her while she's now trapped inside of the rock and fragments, beings like you see humanity, see our dark instincts, and you try to save us. But the mistake all of you make is thinking that we want to be saved rather than unleashed. The big secret, the truth, is that in the end, it's you gods who want to be saved from us. So die knowing this. We look at all of you who beg to our better angels, and we kills Perpetua, smashing her with his fist. Back on Earth, Poison Ivy says, look at them running. Superman says, she's right. And Booster Gold chimes in saying, ha, that's right, you better run. Before Clayface finally says, this place might be a dump, but it's our dump. Superman then asks Batman, Bruce, are you alright? And something doesn't feel right, as you're missing one of your arms. Batman then tells him, no, that's not it. I feel it too, Dad. Something's different. Swamp Thing then interrupts saying, no, Jarro is right. The Earth is being shifted. Abigail Arcane then says, I feel it too. The one who laughs, he's coming. Contrary, Abigail, Nightingale, I'm already here. And in the time it took you to cheer, I realigned the Earth, finished creating all of my planets, all my armies. Here are my favorite soldiers though, the ones I've been saving for the last moments. Say hello to your darkest nightmares before they kill you. Got a crap ton of darkest nights, including the Robin King, Red Death, countless Groblins, and a lava super. It's at this point that Batman and Superman realize this is it. This is the end. Clark, I just want you to know that our friendship, I know brother, everyone, this is it. Gather with your families, fight alongside them. We go out together. Back at the Forge, Wonder Woman says, all matter comes from the Forge. Its metal is connected to us. If I had built the machine Lex Luthor designed, the machine to make everyone remember all history, I could have united all of us and drawn all anti-crisis energy into myself. I'd have a chance of fighting the one who laughs, but I didn't look at the design and I don't know what to build. Come now, Diana, humankind does not want the truth, that it is tiny, that one life matters not at all in the scope of things. All evil springs from it. No, you're wrong. It's only when we fear the truth that evil rises. To know that all history and every human life is part of one story is to know that we all matter, that everything we do matters, that truth connects us because it is love and it binds us together. Great Hera. She then looks at her lasso of truth saying, a machine that forces us to see the truth. After which she then looks at Darkseid saying, I know what to do, as she lowers her lasso of truth into the Forge. Then back on Earth, we see Batman rally with his family saying, one universe. The Aquaman rally with his family saying, one universe. And Lanterns all rally together saying, one universe. We see Superman and all of his family saying, together. Superman embraced Lois saying, thank you for this life, for our son, for being my true home planet. Thank you, Clark, for being the best lead a girl could ask. See a bunch of normal citizens come up from behind a hill and get a room. Just kidding. Listen, we've picked the wrong team at times, but we're sorry, and we're here now to fight with you. One universe. It's from Wonder Woman saying, one universe. I could feel it. All our history, all the stories, everything we've done, good, bad, all of it. As we see our heroes and villains start to have one unified consciousness, with the Joker asking, guys, do you feel something funny? And Nightwing responds, for once, I agree with the Joker. Wonder Woman then continues to say, becoming one history, one story. Wonder Woman just said, again, all together, one universe, I could feel it. All our history, all the stories, everything we've done, good, bad, all of it, becoming one history, one story. So there you have it, guys, the DC continuity changing right before our very eyes. We say one truth. I could feel it working as the lasso of truth emerges from the Forge, starting to wrap around her arm. To which Darkseid says, my God. Then back on Earth, Superman, while looking at the Dark Army, says, I remember it all. Diana, one who laughs. Do you want to fight someone? I'm right here. As we see Wonder Woman emerge from the World Forge, now covered in truth, merging with her lasso of truth and death metal. She looks like Superman 1,000,000, but a Wonder Woman version. Nonetheless, she looks pretty dope, and I gotta say, I'm continuing to enjoy this series that Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, and the whole creative team are doing.